A farmer stood on 3,500 acres of his own land, £1.5 million in debt, and did the one thing a farmer is never supposed to do. He stopped, he tore out his fences, sold his machinery, and walked away. And what came crawling, flying, and nesting back out of that abandoned ground stunned the scientists who came to count it. This happened in one of the most nature-depleted countries on Earth, and it quietly rewrote what everyone believed was possible on a dead English field. The place is called Knepp, 3,500 acres of heavy clay in West Sussex, an hour south of London. Charlie Burrell inherited it in the 1980s and did what his family had always done, farmed it hard. But the soil fought him the whole way. Concrete in summer, porridge in winter. For 17 years, he threw everything at it. New machinery, more chemicals, higher yields, and for 17 years it lost money until the estate was £1.5 million in the red. By the turn of the millennium, he was out of road, so he made a decision his neighbors called madness. He sold the dairy herd, the machinery, the milk quota, the entire apparatus of farming, and he handed the land over, not to another crop, to nothing. Then he brought in animals to do the work people used to do: Old English Longhorn cattle, Exmoor ponies, Tamworth pigs, red and fallow deer, turned loose to roam, and he refused to manage them. No plan for what the land should become. The only rule was to let nature take the wheel and see where it drove. Conventional conservation said this was reckless. Knepp bet the exact opposite, and for a few quiet years almost nothing happened. Then the scrub came. And with the scrub came the thing nobody had scripted. If a field left completely alone can outperform a managed nature reserve. And it did. That's a story worth staying for. Subscribe, because from here it only gets stranger. The first returns were the birds. Nightingales, a species in freefall across Britain, found the thorny scrub and moved in. Last year, 62 singing males were counted here, up from just 9 at the turn of the century. That one estate now holds around 1 in every 100 nightingales left in the entire country. Turtle doves followed, a bird that's crashed by 98% nationally, climbing from 2 singing males to 22. Then the insects answered, dragonflies and damselflies up more than 800%. And on a single day in 2025, 283 purple emperors, one of Britain's largest colonies, drifting over ground that had recently been a failing wheat field. Nobody released them, nobody planted them. The land simply remembered what it used to be, but the moment that truly stopped the ecologist cold wasn't a butterfly or a songbird. It was a bird the size of a small child with a 2-meter wingspan. One that had not bred in the British wild for centuries, white storks. They built enormous nests in Knepp's old oaks, and in 2020, for the first time in hundreds of years, wild stork chicks hatched on English soil. By 2024, storks born at Knepp were flying all the way to Morocco and returning to nest. A species written out of this country's story had rewritten itself back in, and here's the part that should make every farmer lean in. The wild land didn't just beat the farm on wildlife, it beat it on money. Knepp now earns more than it ever did growing crops. Wildlife safaris, glamping, and wild-range meat from those roaming herds. The Bankrupt farm became a profitable business by producing almost nothing you can eat. And the same government that once paid farmers to drain and plow now points to Knepp as the model, with national plans to create hundreds of thousands of hectares like it. So here's the question Knepp leaves you with. We call a field productive only when it yields a crop. But is a field loud with nightingales, thick with butterflies, and roofed by nesting storks really producing nothing? Or something we simply forgot how to count? For 17 years, one man forced this land to obey, and it nearly ruined him. The moment he let go, it came back richer than he ever managed to make it. If a landscape healing itself is the kind of thing that stays with you, subscribe. This whole channel is built on stories exactly like this one. And if one estate stunned you, watch what happens when 3 friends try this. Not on a single farm, but across a fifth of an entire English region. They're flooding marshes on purpose, turning water buffalo loose behind 9 kilometers of fence, and dreaming out loud about bringing back a predator that's been gone from Britain for 1,000 years. The last people to hear that animal in the wild never knew they were the last. These 3 are betting the next generation won't have to wonder. That story is on screen now.